Okay, I have to go out for a while, so I'm gonna leave you guys in the cargo hold. Chopper, R2. R2, Chopper. You guys get along while I'm gone.
Warning from the Bacta Tank contains adult language and discussions. If you're easily offended, do not continue.
We would be honored if you would join us.
How are you feeling? The latest workups on your condition indicate that all damage has been reversed. Recovery is total. I believe you have been quite fortunate. No further thanks are necessary, Commander, but you are most welcome. It is my function and pleasure as a medical droid to help and heal human beings.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
Hi, hello everybody. We are back for yet another episode, but this will be actually an update episode specifically because we just, we haven't done a full show since last year, since I think December, but we've been so busy with the Star Wars Rebel shows. Plus, as you guys know, if you have listened to our full shows in the past, it's just filled with production and too much work that goes into it, and there's too much news that we need to just kind of at least put out an update so we're not missing the big stuff. So today, 15, 20 minutes, I may decide to put some bits here and there. If I have time, maybe a couple parodies here and there in this update. But if you're listening and you don't hear it right now, don't get mad at me just because I ran out of time. Okay. But at least you're going to get this breaking news.
That thing's operational.
Now, okay. So the first bit, I guess, update that I think is important to discuss, and I think you guys all agree, is this is fact. Let's say this is fact. This isn't a rumor. Okay. J.J. Abrams has recently stated at the Visual Effects Society Awards in 2015 that happened earlier last month, stated that he's so fed up with the amount of rumors and plot leaks that are being released that he wants to actually move the release date of Star Wars Force Awakens actually to this summer, a whole 6 to 7 months early, because the rumors are that bad. Now, can you imagine how that feels? Now, some people are kind of like, simmer down, JJ. People, this is a good thing, that people are that interested. It's not the people who want to read the spoilers, the fans that he's upset about at. He's aggravated that, loose lips sinks ships, right? Remember that propaganda? And that's what's happening. Who do you trust on a set like that? You look at these people you're working with, your AD or your cinematographer or your sound guys, and you don't even know who to trust because you're looking at someone on that set every day and you're saying someone just stole information and is releasing it.
And the sad part is this is his own people. He brought his own people in from the get-go.
Yeah. And it's just, I can't imagine how it would feel. I definitely think his aggravation is warranted. Imagine working on something like this. And last I checked, industrial espionage is illegal. And that's what these people are doing. You have spies releasing information and selling it. They're not giving this information away for free. This isn't, a kindred spirit, a warm-hearted person releasing information that we need to know. This isn't the Snowden files. This isn't the CIA or the government trying to get one up on us, and some good Samaritan is releasing information that we all need to know.
Yeah.
This is Star Wars news that isn't relevant to any of our lives in the grand scheme of things. But what you're doing is you're stealing. And he's so aggravated by this that he wants to release it. Now, that you think this is presumptuous, if they decide to release this, let's say they do early, he's pleading with Disney right now and Lucasfilm. Do you think this will hurt the movie? Do you think they'll be ready to have this movie fully in the can and ready to release if they decide to go in May or June? David, you first.
At first I was like going, no, they wouldn't be ready. But honestly, at this point, especially with the couple of the last bit of rumors that have been leaking lately. It's really important now that, pretty much the whole movie could be spoiled. And I'm with J.J. Abrams. I'm like going, you know what? If everyone wants to know so badly about this movie, let's get it out there right now, because otherwise, what else is going to be leaked?
But do you think it's going to be ready? Like, we all know what goes into post-production, and obviously this movie's going to have lots of visual effects. Is this movie going to be ready?
I think it can be, especially with the power that is Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was like a different movie, like say for example, if this was Jurassic Park,
right?
It wouldn't be ready.
It's still not. Even when it comes out, it's not going to be ready.
Star Wars.
Shit movie.
Star Wars is a different franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into post production, but honestly, a lot of the post production for Star Wars happens on its own.
Yeah.
If they're worried that there's not much hype built for it right now, I'd be looking at them. Are you kidding me? It's Star Wars. Once you actually announce that it's going to come out early, fans are going to be lining the door at that point.
Yeah.
Now, would I put it against like the blockbuster hits going out? Would I put it against that hitters? That killer lineup that we got coming this summer? I'd be a little hesitant, but honestly, the only thing that could challenge Star Wars at this point is Marvel Disney's own product, Age of Ultron.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't think James Bond. I don't think Spectre's going to beat it.
Dustin, do you think that this is a good move if they decide to release this movie early, or do you think it's a bad move? Do you think? I mean, we don't negotiate with terrorists, right? I mean, this may in fact give power to these people. Yeah, we're gonna control when they release movies now. Like, do you think this is a good move or a bad move, Dustin?
Well, I don't think that J.J. Abrams would even approach Disney asking to have it released early if he didn't know for a fact it would be done by that time.
Yeah.
If he needed until December 18th, he would say, oh, fuck, we can't do anything about it. We're just going to have to try to, put a lid on all this crap that's getting out. But as far as releasing it in May with Age of Ultron and the other movies coming out, I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe June or July, something like that. But I think it does need to be released early, because just like we were talking about, enough of this stuff gets leaked. It's still going to be interesting to see, but we're going to know what's going to happen.
Right. And that's got to hurt as a director that's obviously taken a lot of pride in this installment of Star Wars, JJ, and to see all of it being stolen and released, that's just not fair either, man. That just, it's going to happen, and it sucks, but a lot of people kind of said that they're being petty now because Lucasfilm has decided to sue the first site that's released information. And they're afraid that this is going to start a trend of, stupid companies, production companies going after these blogs. And I'm like, you know what? They should. I hope it does start a trend.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are releasing stolen information from, again, this isn't Edward Snowden. This isn't information that's vital to us as human beings and our way of life. This isn't something that's going to affect our way of life. And I think what you're doing is you're voluntarily taking something. I mean, don't you get arrested for selling stolen goods?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the exact same thing. And I think that I'm friends with a lot of bloggers. I don't have issues with blogs. I blog from time to time. But I think this is where journalistic integrity comes into play in this modern generation of the internet. Where is the journalistic integrity? Do you think journalists of the old days, of like the 80s and 90s, before the internet became the go-to choice, do you think they would be releasing stolen information from the set of a movie? I don't think they would be.
It was Brian Williams.
Nice.
So getting political here. So I think it's a good idea as well. I agree with Abrams. It's sad, but this is this day and age that we can't even keep. You can't even trust the people you work with on a movie like this.
Yeah. Whatever happened to non-consent agreements?
Non-disclosure.
Non-disclosure.
Non-consent would be
non-consent. Non-disclosure agreements. Whatever happened to those?
Well, they've signed them all, but obviously if you can't prove who released it, then you can't go after them. You know what I mean? All they could go after is the actual websites, hoping they can stop the person. If there is no, what's the word? If there is no market for it, then there will be no need to steal. Like if these people who steal this information have no sites to go to, then it stops the problem. And I think suing this company would be a huge win for scenarios like this. I think they should sue that company. The company pulled down the information immediately when Disney issued a cease and desist.
Yeah.
But the damage was done, man. The damage was done. People copied it, and reblog them, and the information's already out. Yeah. So the damage is already done. So yes, they should be sued for damages to the movie. And I wouldn't care if the fucking company's shut down and they no longer have money to operate. Fuck them. I'm serious, man. Like, listen, I want to hear plot points as well, but if you're going to ruin the fucking movie, go to hell. I mean, there's a special place in hell for those people, man. I'm serious. And as a creator, as a artist in my own right, imagine if your shit got stolen and released for free before it was ready.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Don't go nowhere. More Bacta Tank is coming right up.
Have you found the one that will put me into power?
Ah, yes, my lord. You may know him. His name is Ambassador Binks. He's easily manipulated, and I think he might be slightly retarded. Here, take a look at him on the HoloNet.
It's so smiling to see you, sir. Mr. Boston with happiness seeing you again.
He'll do.
That the Senate give immediately emergency powers to the Supreme Chancellor.
What? Man, this is bullshit. What's bullshit? Every time we capture a ship, it's always us who has to guard it. Well, that's our job. We're stormtroopers. Why can't they get any of the other stormtroopers on this? Well, we're good at guarding the ship. It's a waste of my time. Well, where would you rather be? Oh, God. What?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hello, ST-99. What's going on?
Oh, grumpy old Darth Vader just sent me up here to do a scan on this ship.
Well, you're not going to find much up there. We already looked. We think they took an escape pod.
Well, you're probably right. But I gotta go in this here ship and search every hole, every crack, every crevice. Who knows, maybe we'll find a secret back door. I'm so silly.
All right, then. Well, go ahead.
Okay, toodles.
Jeez. Yeah, right? Did you see how clean his armor is? That's amazing. Well, yeah, it is, but that's not what I'm talking about. What? Well, the next thing you know, the Empire's going to recruit other races and genders. That'll never happen. Yeah, you're probably right.
All right. So, do you guys want to discuss one of the rumors that was released, or do you guys want to just kind of go over it and not ruin it for people? But yeah, what do you say? Yeah,
I don't
talk
know.
about it. Okay.
We should.
Han Solo didn't shoot first. So stupid. Supposedly, Han Solo, I guess a rumor is plot point. Which stop for one moment here. JJ, during this whole rant that he did at the awards ceremony, actually stated that some of these rumors are true. He didn't say which ones are.
Yes.
But he was trying to prove his point that this movie needs to come out because some of these rumors are in fact true.
Yeah.
All right. So that leads us to our next discussion here. Update number 2.
That thing's operational.
Is Han Solo going to die at the end of Force Awakens? And do we want to see that, or do you think it's too soon? Now, we have heard that this is more or less, again, rumors. We've heard that this is more or less a passing of the torch.
Yes.
But Do you think in order to pass the torch successfully, you need to do away with a character like Harrison Ford? Do you think it's because Harrison Ford is doing us a kind of a solid and saying, hey, I'm going to appear in your show, but then I want to be out of it again? Because we all know that he hasn't had a fantastic relationship with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, it started his effing career, but he has some issue with it. Do you think it's a good idea to kill him off so soon?
You want to take this, Doss?
I didn't even really.
I didn't even cry. Oh no, please.
Because seriously, I mean, when I heard this news, I'm like going, "Are you serious?"
Yeah,
it makes sense.
How?
Well, it does. He originally wanted to be killed off in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In that regard, yes, I do agree. I do see your point there. But I mean, story-wise, why?
Would make a. Let's think about it for a moment. Harrison Ford is arguably one of the most popular characters in the Star Wars universe, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You kill his character, I mean, it would be a fantastic way to end an episode on, yes, a depressing note, but it would make that story.
Like,
it really would. If it's done correctly and done in a Han Solo anti-hero, I'm going to save the day for everybody fashion, dude, it can really make that movie phenomenal in the end.
You think? Because, like, here's the thing. When I first saw this rumor, I actually saw it with my girlfriend, who is a huge Star Wars fan. She literally looked at me and said, I don't really want to see the movie now.
Yeah,
and there's so many fans out there that are like that. And I have to agree. I'm kind of like one of those fans that's like going, do I want to see Han die?
Yeah.
Just the fact that I saw this rumor just kind of pisses me off.
Yeah,
because now that I've read it, I can't unread it, and now that's what I'm going to be thinking about it the whole time I'm watching the movie.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'm sure. I mean, listen, as a Star Wars fan, yes, I'll say straight out, I don't want Star Wars. I don't want Han Solo to die. It suck.
Yeah.
But looking at this objectively, you know, as a technical side, as a movie viewer, I think it could really make for some great much dramatic Shakespearean type feel to Star Wars. It give it a great ending to a brand new installment of which is by far one of the best space operas of all time. I mean, it would be great. Tragedy is beautiful, man, in movies, and if they do it right, I think it would be a beautiful send off if they do it right. And I have faith in JJ. I do.
The only reason why I wasn't as bad as my girlfriend, because I looked at her and said, well, you know, on a side note,
what if he ends up being a Jedi and he doesn't really die? He comes back as a Force spirit.
Oh my God, that's even worse.
Come on. What if he had sex with Leia so much he became a Jedi himself? I don't know.
But I told her that, well, you know, taking a look at another movie like The Hobbit, it worked in the end of The Hobbit when Thorin died, because everyone knows.
No, dude, don't cross franchises.
Don't cross franchises, but I have to. Technically speaking, it worked.
Yeah.
You know, that what they did at the end of The Hobbit to Thorin.
That's probably the only thing that worked.
Well, thanks. I haven't seen that
worked. Yet. But
you should sue David, Dustin.
I am. I'm going to sue him now for releasing plot points.
David, I'm ordering you to cease and desist talking about Lord of the Rings.
You'll be hearing from my fucking lawyer, my friend.
So continue, David.
But I mean, like, still, even technically, dude, I understand your point. Technically, tragedy is good. Tragedy can carry out a story, but wow, just to actually, I can understand if they killed him in the middle of the trilogy.
I would like to see that better, honestly.
From the very get go,
I would like to see him. No, I'd like to see him die either in the final movie.
Yeah.
Or the second movie. And to kind of stick to Empire Strikes Back ending, you know, like that would be so fucking awesome, dude. Like how he, you know, got toted away at the end of Empire Strikes Back, almost like a same feel, but this time he actually dies for a great cause.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I would like to see him at least in one or two movies, man. I mean,
that's what I mean. It's kind of like, it's like saying, it's Han Solo saying, hey, I'm here. Boom. I'm gone.
You cannot bring Harrison Ford back into an iconic role just to kill him off. I'm hoping that common sense dictates to JJ that this is not in fact true. That maybe there's plans. I think there is some truth. I think there's plans to kill him, but I don't think we're going to see in the first episode, man.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And I honestly think
in the first installment, I should say.
This is 7. The one rumor that could honestly really hurt This is honestly the leak that pissed him off.
Probably.
Yeah, I guarantee
is.
it was.
Yeah.
Because like this could honestly hurt. Because remember, like when they did Star Trek, when they did the whole con thing, that pissed him off.
Yeah.
So it already tells me that, oh my God, if he's getting pissed off about this has to be true.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to update number 3. Update number 3 is kind of more interesting than, vital to know in the Star Wars universe as a Star Wars fan, but it's interesting. I guess Star Wars, Lucasfilm, I should say, Lucasfilm and Disney XD are moving forward with yet another TV show already. This one will be Star Wars Legos. And what it'll do is, of course, they already do Star Wars Legos on the YouTube channel. If you go to the Lucasfilm's YouTube channel, they actually have short mini episodes of the Star Wars Lego episodes, which are actually pretty interesting. They're not canon and they're not awesome, but they're interesting to watch if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan. But according to some of these rumors and the article that was released, this will actually be a complete retelling of the original 6 episodes 1 through 6. It'll be a retelling in Lego fashion, and it's supposed to be very highly produced. I don't know if it's going to be on the same level as the Lego movie. I'm hoping it is. After seeing something like the Lego movie, I don't think they can go backwards and do something cheap, I guess, less quality, if that makes sense. Also, after Star Wars Rebels, and then, and this is going to be more for fun more than anything. I don't think this is going to be continued. This isn't going to be one of those things that are going to be remembered as Star Wars canon necessarily. Obviously, they're not going to be changing canon with this, but I don't think it's going to be one of those things where people like, oh, did you watch? You got to watch the Star Wars Legos. It tells the story of this and this and that. However, they do have a gimmick. At first, I didn't give really two shits about it. I'm like, oh, great. Another way for, Lucasfilm to rape the same episodes over and over and over. This is different. The thing that makes it interesting, the gimmick, the hook, is it'll be retold, but from the point of view of C-3PO and R2-D2. That makes it interesting to me.
That does make it interesting. At least we could have like very comedic moments at that point.
Right. And also the reason for it being interesting to me is I've already said that for years have always thought that the main character of Star Wars, the main characters were actually R2, the main character. I mean, he's been in every single movie. He's aware of everything that's happened. His memory was never truly wiped, like C-3PO. I always felt that R2 was in fact that one little thread that went through every storyline, knew everything, knew everyone. No one really pays attention to him. He's kind of a little pat him on the head. Good job, R2. Yeah. But he knows everything. So I think this is kind of smart. I think it's a good start to kind of adding more content from the realm of the Disney, since Disney's taken over. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be relevant to Star Wars, like meaning canon-wise, but I think it'll be an interesting installment.
It'll be an interesting installment. It'll be something fun for the kids.
Yeah.
And something that honestly will make fans happy. Most of the Lego stuff that they've released so far, every fan doesn't have anything bad to say about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Dustin, what are your thoughts on this? Do you have any thoughts on this at all?
Well, it's going to be like another Lego movie, like the Lego movie, right?
Yeah, well, it's going to be specifically on Disney XD, so I don't know if it's not going to have a theatrical release.
Oh, so is it a show or a movie?
They said it's a, you know what, let me look. Hold on. Now that you bring that up, I just got that it's a complete retelling, so I don't know if it's a, you know what, hold on. Let me get my facts straight, Dustin. Why you got to bring facts to this again?
I don't want to get sued.
All right, let's see, Lego. Okay, so Lego Droids to retell the whole Star Wars saga in Disney series. Yeah, it's a TV series. Can't get enough Lego Star Wars movies. Okay, but then they say movies. Disney XD plans to debut a 5-episode series. Okay, retelling the Star Wars saga from the droids' point of view before the release of Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Okay, so yeah, I would definitely be pretty interested in this.
Yeah. So what I said about the Lego movie though is I'm just saying that after the Lego movie, And that movie was great, dude. I
Yeah,
hate
it was.
cartoons. That movie was so good. The Lego movie, I think after audiences were exposed to something of that quality, because they have other Lego movies that have been released on TV and they're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. My kid used to watch them when he was like 2 or 3 years old. But after they released a movie like the Lego movie that, had such high quality, high production value, they can't be half-assed with this.
Yeah.
They have to release a high quality series, because I think audience are going to expect that now from Lego.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying is if they do this, they better put some thought into it and not just say, hey, you know what, Star Wars Rebels has brought us millions of dollars already, so let's produce something that's, not very relevant, but it's going to bring us lots of money.
Bring us lots of money.
Yeah.
It's just like an addition.
Yeah, I don't mind a business being a business. I'm not one of those people who are like, hey, quit trying to make money. I have no problem with that. Make money off me. Go ahead. But if I'm going to put money in this and waste time, I want to get something of value out of it at the same time.
Yeah. And honestly, I think they will. I'm not afraid of this one bombing or anything else like that, because it is Star Wars. It's something established. So, I mean, and it's something established like Legos, because they've done Lego Star Wars short movies in the past, and they've been received pretty well, and they're all more or less kind of like very comedic, very humorous. It's meant for kids.
Okay, check this out. The Lego Star Wars Droid Tales is called. Series will be set after the Ewok celebration at the end of Return of the Jedi, okay? The famous droid duo R2-D2 and C-3PO retell their adventures starting with the Phantom Menace all the way to the Return of the Jedi. An accidental kidnapping occurs while the droids are reminiscing, and suddenly viewers are taken on a new adventure that leads to encounters with familiar faces and places that prompt the retelling of the entire saga.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds like it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I was reading still. Sorry.
We
All
did
right.
it.
Yeah, on that note, everybody, thank you for listening. That is all we have for updates today. We will talk to you guys hopefully in the near future. You can always find us on Stitcher Smart Radio. Search Star Wars from the Bacta Tank. Also, you can get us on our network app, Rain Man Digital app, that's now available in your Google Store for Android devices. Hopefully coming soon for your iPhones, but right now we are available for Google devices. Just go to your Google Play Store, search Rain Man Digital, and you can get our Star Wars show on the go anywhere you want to go. And thank you.
May the Force be with us.
Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
Thank you for listening to From the Bacta Tank. And From the Bacta Tank is executive produced by Michael Flores and Dustin Lucas. Hosted by Michael Flores, David Zabal. You can find out more about our show by going to www.fromthebactatank.com. You can also find us on Twitter at FromBactaTank, as well as Facebook, facebook.com/FromTheBactaTank.